Okay, so for this one, I'm going to tell you guys a story that happened to me a long time ago, and then I got a couple questions that could stem out of it. So this had happened all the way back in kindergarten. So I remember. So there was a school play going on. I believe it was like I'm pretty sure it was like a Christmas play, right? And so for the kindergartners, basically they gave each of us like a pack of like confetti stars, and like at a certain point they're going to give us some cue, and we throw up the stars, and it's raining stars, right? Well, in class, so they give us each this pack of stars, but then the teacher's like, we each had our little cubby holes for putting our shit in, and she's like, put the stars in your cubby hole, and then we're going to go to recess or whatever. So I do it just like everybody else. And then when we come back from recess, like we're going to get ready for this play. And some motherfucker stole my pack of stars. And if that person is watching, I do not forgive and I do not forget. I will find you. But yeah, so I go to this play and like a fucking idiot. When that point comes up, I basically just pretend that I'm throwing up stars even though I don't have them. And I'm just like fucking pissed at whoever the monster is that stole these fucking stars. And so like my question for you guys, and this could be two topics, either do you guys have like some good like kindergarten stories, or do you guys have any like unsolved mysteries like that in your life where maybe like something went missing or some story or some unexplained thing happened and to this day you're like, I don't fucking know what happened?
I feel like I probably caused like a couple of those.
You stole things from people.
Like it happened to me. I didn't steal, but like just be like mischievous and like breaking shit or something. Oh, I fucking do know one. I was at my best friend's house, and he had like this favorite toy, and it's like this bendable action figure or whatever. And like I broke it, and I was like, oh shit, it's his favorite. And so like I hid it under the bed, and then like a couple years later, he's like, yeah, he was telling me how he stopped being friends with this other kid because that kid broke his toy.
Oh.
That's terrible.
Did you ever tell him?
I never did. No. It's too scary, man.
Now you did. He's gonna hear this and like put you on a hit list.
He owes that other kid an apology.
What about you? Anything like that?
I've had like Super Soaker stolen and basketball stolen, stuff like that. Like you go to your friend's house, you leave it out in the yard, and somebody steals it.
That's another thing when you're a kid, you just leave shit around and then like you're shocked that somebody fucking packed it
up. Yeah.
Well, as a kid, like if something went missing, I'm just like, oh, Mick and Nathan, they steal everything, so always suspect number one. Any good like kindergarten or grade school stories?
I used to be in timeout so much. I spent like a whole year and a half in timeout. Didn't get to go to recess at all. Yeah.
I had another one where, it was probably like first or second grade, and like the same friend, he like forced me into this bet where like he bet me I wouldn't get my name on the board because apparently I didn't, and he did like sometimes. And so there's this bet, and I want to say it was like $18 or something like not a chance I'd have in first grade, but they like forced me into it. So, and then like what happened was like we were in class, there was a substitute, and like we were like learning time, and I couldn't really tell time, but there's like a small group of us, and we had to go to a speech, and so like the other kids, like he was like, it was actually my friend, he's like, oh, it's time for speech, let's go, and then like it wasn't time for speech, and so the substitute put all our names on the board, but yeah, it was basically his fault, and I was kind of, I had a little bit of bad feelings about that.
I remember when I met my best friend as a child, we were fighting over the same toy, like a little school bus, and I threw a block at him and hit him in the head, and the teacher forced us to like say sorry and become friends.
Right.
And then after that, we became like best friends.
Yeah. There are those stories where kids get in a fight and then they're like, oh, we're both assholes.
Yeah.
Man, I have another embarrassing story from grade school, and this is almost as bad as like that SpongeBob episode where he loses his like good noodle
Good
star.
noodle story.
Where like basically at recess, like anytime a kid was doing something they weren't supposed to, the women that like watched the kids, they would give them 5 minutes against the wall, like a timeout. Like you do 5 minutes against the wall. And I was a goody two shoes in school, so I literally, I was never doing those. But one day, like they didn't like it if you, when lunch rolled out, like if it was cold out and you didn't wear your coat.
Yeah.
And it was one of those days where it was very like an in-between day. Like it was kind of chilly, but not like winter yet. It wasn't like super cold. And so like I forgot my coat and I didn't wear it. And like the stupid, I think they call them duties, like the women who watch the kids. And she was like, go get your coat, and then you're doing 5 minutes on the wall. And I was fucking horrified. Like, I was like, I didn't do nothing wrong. What? I didn't bring my coat? It's like, 'cause I was like, it was like, probably like a fall day or something, one of those in-betweener days. And like, I remember like doing 5 minutes on that wall and just being horrified and just felt like so shitty. And I'm like, really? You couldn't cut me slack on this one?
Yeah, that seems extreme.
But yeah, I was like, as like a kid that never broke the rules, like, spending 5 minutes on that wall was just like, I felt so bad.
I don't know if I told you this story, just let me know if I have. But there was a time where we had like a school event in elementary school, and this lady, she handed me like a soda or a fruit punch or something.
Okay.
And she winked at me.
Oh.
And I freaked out. I lost my shit. I was like, she's gonna rape me. I was like staying away from her. I was just freaking out. It was running over and over again in my head. I was like, oh no. I don't know why. I just totally.
Yeah. Stranger danger.
Yeah.